failure. It's a word that can evoke fear, disappointment, and even despair. Yet, what if I told you that failure could be the catalyst for your greatest success? It may sound counterintuitive at first, but bear with me for a moment. In our society, we often perceive failure as the ultimate defeat, the end of the road. We're taught from a young age to avoid failure at all costs, to strive for perfection, to win. But this mindset can be limiting, even paralyzing. Because when we're so focused on avoiding failure, we're also avoiding risks, challenges, and ultimately, opportunities for growth. Now let's shift our perspective a bit. Imagine if we viewed failure not as a dead end, but as a stepping stone that can lead us to places we've never imagined, to breakthroughs, innovations, and personal growth. This might seem like a radical idea, but it's not a new one. Think of the great inventors, entrepreneurs, artists, and athletes of our time. Individuals like Thomas Edison, who after thousands of unsuccessful attempts, eventually invented the light bulb. Or J.K. Rowling, who was rejected by 12 publishers before Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone was finally accepted. These individuals didn't achieve success despite their failures, but because of them. Failure, in these instances, served as a teacher. It provided feedback, a chance to reassess, refine, and improve. It fostered resilience, determination, and a relentless pursuit of goals. It didn't deter these individuals, it propelled them. So what's the takeaway here? It's not to seek out failure for failure's sake, but rather to not fear it, to understand that it's an inevitable part of the journey to success, to embrace it as a learning opportunity, a chance to grow, and a stepping stone to greater heights. But what sets successful individuals apart is not their avoidance of failure, but rather their ability to turn setbacks into stepping stones. Take Thomas Edison, for example. He famously said, "I have not failed, I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work," referring to his numerous attempts to invent the light bulb. Edison's resilience in the face of failure eventually led to one of the most transformative inventions in history. We've all heard the stories of successful individuals who overcame failure to achieve their dreams. But what's often overlooked is the grit, the tenacity, and the sheer determination that propelled them forward. Let's consider the journey of a renowned entrepreneur. She recalls, "I faced countless rejections when I first started out. My ideas were dismissed, my capabilities questioned, but each rejection, each failure only fueled my determination. I saw them not as roadblocks, but as stepping stones. They were lessons, opportunities to learn and grow." And then there's a celebrated athlete who shares, "I didn't make the team the first time I tried out. It was a crushing blow, but it didn't deter me. Instead, it made me train harder, work smarter. That failure, as painful as it was, turned out to be the catalyst for my success." An acclaimed artist adds, "My work was rejected time and time again. Each rejection felt like a personal failure, but I chose to see it differently. Each failure was a chance to refine my art, to understand what resonated with people. And eventually, my work started to get the recognition it deserved." It's not just about the success stories we see in the public eye. Every single one of us has the potential to turn failure into success. A teacher who didn't pass her certification exam the first time but didn't give up. A salesperson who didn't meet his quota but used it as motivation to improve his skills. A student who struggled with a subject but sought help and eventually excelled. Each of these individuals, in their own way, turned failure into a stepping stone towards success. They saw failure not as the end, but as a beginning of a journey filled with lessons learned, skills honed, and resilience built. So what's the common thread here? It's the mindset that embraces failure, learns from it, and uses it as fuel to move forward. It's the mindset that recognizes that each setback, each rejection, is an opportunity to learn and grow. It's about reframing failure as feedback and using it to fuel your determination. Remember, failure is not the opposite of success. It's a part of it. It's not something to be feared or avoided, but something to be embraced and learned from. Because it's through failure that we learn the most about ourselves and our capabilities. So the next time you encounter failure, don't let it define you. Instead, let it propel you forward. Let it be the stepping stone towards your success. Every setback, every rejection, is an opportunity to learn and grow. It's about reframing failure as feedback and using it to fuel your determination. Our response to failure is often shaped by our mindset. This statement underpins an intriguing aspect of human psychology. When we encounter failure, Our reaction, our emotions, and our next steps are influenced significantly by our mindset. In the world of psychology, two types of mindsets are often discussed: the fixed mindset and the growth mindset, coined by psychologist Carol Dweck. Let's delve into these a bit. A person with a fixed mindset believes that their abilities and talents are set in stone. They're either good at something or they're not. They often avoid challenges, fearing that failure might expose their perceived inadequacies. When they do experience failure, they may interpret it as a sign that they're just not capable, which can lead to self-doubt and a reluctance to try again. Success is not about avoiding failure, it's about embracing it. A powerful statement, isn't it? But what does it truly mean to embrace failure? Let's delve into it. Embracing failure doesn't mean wallowing in self-pity or letting the weight of defeat crush your spirit. Quite the contrary. It means acknowledging that you've stumbled, accepting the lessons that come with it, and using them to propel you forward. Consider a motivational speaker, someone who stands before crowds, inspiring them to reach for their dreams. Do you think they've never encountered failure? Of course they have. They've faced rejection, they've made mistakes, and they've fallen short of their goals. But they've also learned to see each failure not as a dead end, but as a stepping stone on the path to success. Our motivational speaker might say, "It's through failure that we learn. It's through failure that we grow." Each time we fall, we're given a chance to rise again, stronger and wiser than before. Each time we fail, we're offered an opportunity to reassess, to refine, and to evolve. So when we talk about embracing failure, it's about adopting a mindset that views failure as an integral part of the journey towards success. It's about understanding that every stumble, every fall, every misstep is just another part of the process. And it's through these experiences that we gain the wisdom and resilience necessary to reach our goals. But embracing failure is not just about the personal growth we experience. It's also about the impact it can have on those around us. When we openly acknowledge our failures and share the lessons we've learned, we inspire others to do the same. We create a culture where failure isn't feared but celebrated as a necessary part of growth and innovation. So remember, it's about getting back up every time you fall, learning from your mistakes, and persevering in the face of adversity. Embrace your failures, learn from them, and let them guide you on your path to success. Because in the grand scheme of things, failure doesn't define us, but how we respond to it does. Turning failure into success requires resilience, perseverance, and a willingness to learn from your mistakes. It's a journey, a process, not a destination. It's about taking those moments of defeat and transforming them into opportunities for growth. Consider the story of J.K. Rowling, who was rejected by 12 publishers before Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone was accepted. Or Walt Disney, who was fired from a newspaper for lacking imagination and having no original ideas. Yet they didn't let failure stop them. Instead, they used it to fuel their resolve, to learn, to improve, and to bounce back stronger than before. These stories remind us that to turn failure into success, we must be willing to start over, to pick up the pieces, and to try again with renewed determination. So the next time you encounter failure, remember that it's not the end of the road, but rather a detour on your journey to success. Embrace it, learn from it, and let it propel you forward. Because true success isn't about avoiding failure, it's about rising above it. If you've enjoyed this journey of resilience and want to continue learning how to turn failure into success, subscribe to our channel for more motivational messages. By subscribing, you're not just joining a community, but also embarking on a journey of personal growth and success. And don't forget to share this video with others who might benefit from it, because remember, we grow stronger together. In the upcoming content, we'll explore more inspiring stories, actionable strategies, and powerful insights related to personal growth and success. So stay tuned and be part of our journey to turn failure into success. Remember, every setback is a setup for a comeback. Stay resilient, keep learning, and together, let's turn failure into success.